3, 2, 1. I'm going to show you how to find products that'll make you $100,000 per year live on this YouTube live right here. And Amazon is an amazing platform for making a lot of money, but I'm going to show you specifically 5 different methods right here for finding products to sell on Amazon. And when finding products to sell on Amazon, it's important to remember that Amazon is a search engine. People go to Amazon, they type in what they want to purchase. For instance, I'm going to be selling a product really soon where people might go to Amazon and they might type in high caffeine tea. So people go to Amazon to search for products that they want to buy, like this high caffeine tea. And I was looking at some search results. I was using some of the product research methods I'm going to show you later in this video. And I saw that when people typed in high caffeine tea, these were the search results. This is what comes up. And this doesn't look like high caffeine tea. Even this one that says high caff teas doesn't look like high caffeine tea. So something really interesting is we can find out how much any of these products are actually making. So let's look at this product, which is the top product right here. And we can actually see, if we can see first off, it's got a lot of reviews, but that doesn't really tell us how much money it's making. So if we scroll down to the bottom here, we can actually see the best-selling rank number. Let me pull it up here. So the best-selling rank number is 1,404. Here's the secret. You can use this technique to find out how much any product on Amazon is actually making. So we go over into the Jungle Scout Sales Estimator. Let's paste that number in there. We're going to take this and we're going to go United States because that's the marketplace we're selling in. And we're going to type in grocery and gourmet because that's the category that this rank number is associated with. And we're going to click estimate sales. So 2,820 of this product are being sold every single month. So let's scroll back up to the top here. And you can see that this product's being sold for $13. So if we do the math, I'll open up a new tab, do the math here, times about $13. This product is making $36,000 per month. And what's interesting is they actually have multiple different flavors. And so just this one superberry tea is making $36,000 per month. If you do the math, that's about $400,000 per year that this one product is making. Now, one thing I want to let you know is, as I mentioned, I'm going to be releasing a new product that's going to be a competitor for this. And the reason I think my product is going to do so much better is the branding and the packaging and the messaging. So first off, this has 135 milligrams of tea. This new product that I'm going to be releasing is going to have about 200 milligrams of caffeine. And this is the packaging. It's going to look black with these red letters, so it's really going to stand out. But the point of this video is I'm going to be showing you all the different ways on how I found this product. And as I mentioned, this little search phrase, what people type into Amazon, this is going to be the key to finding a profitable product to sell. Because again, people come to Amazon, they search for something, and they're going to see search results. So what we need to do is we need to figure out what are people searching for in Amazon. And when they're searching for those products, what do the search results look like? So I'll explain this in depth, and I'm going to show you how this works. But one of the questions I get all the time is people ask me, is it too late to start selling on Amazon? And I just want to share some stuff with you really quick. So this right here, this chart, it proves to me that it's not too late to start selling on Amazon. And this is the total e-commerce revenue in the United States from 2017 all the way to 2025. And this is in the billions of US dollars. So we see back in 2017, it was around $400 billion in e-commerce sales. Now in 2022, it's about $800 billion in e-commerce sales. And that number is going to continue to grow. Next year, it's projected to be $1 trillion. So the reason I'm bringing this up is right now is it's the best time to start selling on Amazon. If you want to make a lot of money online, you should sell products where people are going to buy products, and people are going to Amazon like crazy to buy products. And so that's where the money is. Let me just share some other stats with you. This is, if you type in Amazon stock, you can see how big of a company this is. And this is the market cap. So this tells you how much the company is worth. And see that number there? 1.28 T. T stands for $1 trillion. Amazon is a basically $3 trillion company, and they allow you to sell products on their platform. But if you want to make a lot of money, you need to know what kind of products to sell. And so in this video, I'm going to be showing you the 5 best products, 5 best methods for being able to find products to sell on Amazon. And as I mentioned, I'm going to be doing product research live here. And you can see I've already messed up a ton of times. I'm going to be doing this live. And I did a little bit of product research before this video, and I found some amazing products. You can take the products that I found, you can steal them. You can use those ideas. And I probably have about 5 different products. I actually have a sheet here that shows a bunch of the product ideas that I have, and we're going to be adding probably at least 5 to 10 more to this. So I already did some research and found some amazing products I'll be sharing with you during this live, but we're going to see if we can find some more together here live. Just to give you some idea of who I am, I had a corporate job. I quit my corporate job cold turkey. I started this dance clothing business, an online dance clothing business, and that business struggled. It was hard for me to make money doing that. And then I launched my first passion product, which is called Performance Nut Butter. Some of you guys know about it. And within my first 2 months, I was doing $30,000 revenue every single month. That's over $100,000 profit per year. I've since taught a bunch of different students. You can see some of the different students back here that I've taught their products. These are some of my products over here. And one of the students in particular, some of you guys know about, I'm going to be releasing a video with him very soon, so make sure to subscribe, is AJ from Cocktail Cards. This is his product. He did over $100,000 just in pre-sales, just on Indiegogo. He basically started this company with $0. He raised all the money he needed by doing crowdfunding. And this is his Amazon account. He just crossed the 1 year mark. He's done a little over $200,000, well, way over $200,000, almost $300,000 in sales. This is his real account. I mean, I can even adjust the dates if you want, just to show you some different numbers here. Let me see. I have to click apply. These are his real numbers. So just on Amazon, he did over $280,000 or whatever it is in his first year. And then he also sold his product into retail stores on his own website. Obviously Indiegogo, he made about $500,000 in sales in his first year by using this method that I'm going to be sharing with you and finding a product in the same way that I'm going to be sharing with you throughout this video. So now let's get into the first method that you can use to find a product to sell on Amazon. And this is the bestseller method. And this is actually how I found the product that I'm going to be selling and launching very soon on Amazon, that Rocket Tea, this product. I'm doing a whole series, by the way, on my YouTube channel right here. So again, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. An entire series where I show step-by-step how I launched this product. In fact, here, I'll pull that up for you guys just to show you some of those videos, because if you've ever thought about starting an Amazon business and you're not really sure how to do it, that's why I created this entire series for you. If we go over to, actually, I think I have a playlist here. The Rocket Tea Amazon FBA journey. I'll show you this, but I have videos here, how I found my Amazon FBA manufacturer, how I found my $80,000 per month product, how I set up my Amazon FBA business legally, how I set up my Amazon FBA seller account, like all the steps. I'm doing an entire series documenting that process. So make sure you check out that series if you want to know how to sell. But let's get into the first method for actually finding a product to sell on Amazon, and that's the bestseller method. And so here's the secret that a lot of people don't know. Amazon actually tells you what products are making the most amount of money on Amazon. And by the way, I do know that since this is a live, I see a lot of people are commenting. I will respond to all your questions later in this video. And for anyone that's not watching this live, leave a comment down below and I'll answer every single question that you guys have. So a lot of people don't realize this, but, oh yeah, last thing actually before I show the bestseller method. Again, if you haven't yet, go to passionproductformula.com and join before it's too late. So let's go into the bestseller method here. So a lot of people don't know that on Amazon, they actually tell you what products are making the most amount of money. You click on this bestsellers tab and they'll show you exactly what products are making how much money. And you can actually go to all the different departments. So maybe you are really interested in food. For instance, I love food. I'll tell you that much. Let's go to grocery and gourmet. In fact, I really love tea. I drink tea every single morning. Now, the truth is I don't usually drink high caffeine tea, but I see that there's a big opportunity there. So I went into beverages, I went into the tea category, and I was poking around in here. And I was seeing tea samplers. I look at every single category because you can see basically the riches are in the niches. So you want to see all the different categories in here. And as I was scrolling around, let's see, this Zest tea caught my eye. And I saw, wow, 100 milligrams of high caffeine energy. And it's selling like hotcakes. And we saw that earlier. I showed you how to check that. Here's another tool. There's this tool called Helium 10 that I'll be talking about more later. I got to log into my account. I thought I already did this. All right. This is the benefit of being live. So let me log in right here. So anyways, this tool right here will actually tell you, it's this X-ray tool, and then you can actually get this for free. I think there's certain features that you need to pay for to unlock. And I do have a discount code, by the way, link in the bio for the discount code. If you click on my link in the description, you can get 50% off for your first month or 10% off for every single month after there. So click on the link in the description and highly recommend this tool. But this is one of the things it does is it'll show you how much money in revenue all these different products are making. And these numbers actually went down. This is around $70,000 per month. This one's making $60,000. And so this shows all the different flavors basically right here. And then if we scroll, I don't know how to scroll over. But basically, you can see that this is the total number of revenue that all these products are making. And this product's making hundreds of thousands of dollars when you look at all the different flavors. So you can use this bestsellers to find products. So let's do this live. Let me show you how to do this. So let's say we were to go into here and let's say beauty and personal care. Beauty and personal care is a really interesting one. Let me scroll around here. And then I think that, where was it? Hair care. If we look in hair care, and then as you poke around here, there's all these different subcategories. Hair loss products. So hair loss products is interesting. And one thing that I notice when I look at a lot of these hair loss products is the top 4 products are kind of hair loss products for women. But who experiences the most hair loss? It's men. Now this one you could say is arguably for men, but this isn't really, none of these are premium. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and I'm gonna search in here, hair loss for men. Because that's what people do, right? People go to Amazon, they search for products that they want to buy. And when I look at all these different products, these are all kind of terrible. Instead of hair loss, because someone might not type that in. They're probably going to type in hair growth for men. So let's try that instead. Hair growth for men. So someone that wants to grow their hair. All right, so this is a little bit better. You can see that this is probably the best product out of all of them. And we can actually, let's see live how much money it's making. So this product right here is making $140,000 per month. So together it's about $240,000 per month, those two products. Wow. So, and if you look, they don't really have any kind of competition. In fact, one thing we always want to think about is how can we make a better product? And one of the ways that we can make a better product is this doesn't really, first off, when I'm searching, it doesn't even say hair growth. I would put hair growth in big words and then have the packaging show before and after, because then it's something that maybe you could do it in a really premium way with I do like their color scheme. That's it's very nice. But this, we could do way better than this. So that's the first idea we have right there. And that's $100,000 per month idea. I know I promised you guys $100,000 per year products, but hair growth for men. There's no real competition there at all. So that's pretty crazy. The next, and we're going to use the bestseller method later in this video to find more products live, but let me show you another way that you can do product research. And this is super manual and it's just going to take a little bit of time, but vegan diet. I was actually at a vegan dinner last night. I live in LA. There's lots of vegan people in LA. And if you type in, this is all Helium 10 suggested. I don't want to show Helium 10 right now. Well, whatever. So Helium 10, you can actually, I'll just open up a new window just to show you. But if you even if you don't have Helium 10, if you just go here and you type in, let's say vegan, for instance, space, and then you start putting in letters, it'll say, what the most search terms are for vegan space A. But actually, when I type in just the word vegan space, one of the top things that people are searching, we have protein powder, super, super competitive. I'm not going to touch that. Omega-3 snacks, all these different things, but vegan jerky. And let's look at this. So when people type in vegan jerky, and those are the sponsored results here, First off, this product right here looks terrible. What a terrible, sorry, no offense to whoever's product this is, but what a terrible job the photo is. And it's only got 3.5 stars. I mean, you can see the glare. This just doesn't look premium to me. But this is where the real normal products start. I can't even tell that this is vegan jerky. This one I can a little bit, but if I was doing this, I would have big letters that say vegan jerky and maybe some kind of like symbols or iconography that show that it's plant-based. Like this one, if you really look closely, oh, Beyond Meat, oh, I can tell it's vegan jerky. This is another huge, huge opportunity. And let's do this. So this actually leads into the next tool I was gonna show you. So this is Helium 10. I talked about. Again, link in the description down below. Guys, if there's one tool that I recommend for doing product research, it's by far Helium 10. And this is what you can do. This is why this tool is so powerful. If you go into this magnet tool, you can see that you can type in any search phrase, anything that someone might type into Amazon. So we know people are typing in vegan jerky into Amazon. But the question is, how often? How often are people actually looking for this? And I've searched this before, to be fair. And 7,898 times per month, people are searching this. So that's a lot. Actually, almost 8,000 people a month are searching for vegan jerky. That's a lot of demand. That's a lot of people that want to buy this product. So what this tool does is it lets you know that there are a lot of people, a lot of demand for this product. So let's add this to my list right here. Vegan jerky. Someone wants to partner on this product, let me know. Send me an email, travis@effectiveecommerce.com. I got a few emails, travis@effectiveecommerce.com. But the reason why this tool is so powerful is not only does it show show the search results for vegan jerky, but it shows a bunch of other ideas for things that people are searching for in Amazon. So we see people are searching for vegan food, around 6,000 people per month, vegetarian food, Beyond Meat products, vegan gift. Create a little vegan gift. That's a little bit funny. But what we're going to do here is it also will let you filter, which is super powerful. So what I want to do here is I'm going to say that we want the search volume to be a minimum. At least people should be searching it 50 times a month. If people are searching something on Amazon less than 50 times a month, it's probably not a product you want to sell. And we can say that as far as Magnet IQ, so Magnet IQ score is basically how big of an opportunity Helium 10 thinks a product is. So let's just apply these filters at first and let's see the results that we get. So we still get over 1,000 different results. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sort by the Magnet IQ score, which means how big of an opportunity it thinks that these keywords are. We're going to scroll down. I'm going to change this to be 150. And as we're going through here, let's go page 2, page 3, maybe even. Let's go to page 4. I mean, I like to go deep in here sometimes. Sometimes you can find things pretty easily. And I found this earlier today when I was doing some research, and that was, what's it called? It's jerky, jackfruit. Jackfruit. Let's see if I can find it. Jackfruit can, jackfruit meat, jackfruit jerky. So it's 88 people a month are searching specifically for jackfruit jerky. And jackfruit, it's a type of fruit, it is vegan. So what you could do, one idea here that I'm having is, and let's go back to Amazon actually, because when I type in jackfruit jerky, there's jackfruit meat, lots of jackfruit meat, but no jackfruit jerky. I don't think that that's jackfruit jerky. I could be wrong. But this is an opportunity. So this is what I always do. I always look, what are people searching in Amazon? And then where is there an opportunity where I could make a better product than the competition, or maybe even ideally where there's no product that's good. And I'm actually going to show you guys later in this video. There's a new product, a completely new, it's actually a new tea product that I'm going to be releasing. And the way that I found it is I went to Amazon and I typed in lemongrass tea bags. And when I looked at the search results, This was all boring. I was like, I don't want to buy any of this product. Like, this was the only product that really was obvious to me that it's lemongrass tea. But like, when you look at these products, they're not premium. They're not high quality things. So one of the ideas that I have, I'm probably going to launch this product, is create a premium lemongrass tea. And I'll talk more about that product later in this video. And I'm going to do another series documenting this entire thing. So again, hit that subscribe button. But, by the way, we're up to 95 people watching. If you haven't hit the like button yet, make sure to hit that like button. I'm going to continue to go and continue to show you all these different methods. So we talked about the bestseller method. We talked about the Amazon search bar method. We just were talking about the magnet tool method. And let me show you another way on how you can use this. So anytime you have an idea for a product or like an idea for something that you'd want to buy, come in here and type it. So one of the people that work for me, they were interested in buying recipe cards. And so they searched it in Amazon. Let's load this they searched it in Helium 10. And at the same time, let me show you what it looks like. Recipe cards. Oh, by the way, did I add, vegan jerky. I'll put in there jackfruit jerky too. Guys, these are $100,000 per month products right here. This is, I shouldn't be giving away these ideas. Maybe I should just be doing them all myself. But if you want to partner on something, let me know. By the way, a lot of you guys don't realize, but I actually did a live like this maybe 6 months ago or something like that. And I told people I want to partner on this high caffeine tea. And only, a small handful of people approached me. But what I ended up doing was I picked a random student from my Amazon FBA program, because that's, for the most part nowadays, I want to partner with people that are in this program. I picked a random student from my program and I said, let's launch this business together. So a lot of these ideas that I'm talking about here, I'm serious about partnering with. And if you want to partner with me, right now, I'm probably only going to partner with people that are in the program, just because if I partner with someone that isn't in the program, I got to teach them everything from scratch, versus if they're in the program, first off, I already said first off, but they're a little bit more serious, I find. And that's one of the biggest things, actually, before we go any further, I do want to mention, if you guys don't know about this, I do have a 5-hour YouTube video that I recently released. Let me show you guys that video. And that video is right here. It's a 5-hour Amazon FBA course. And a lot of people they come to me and they're like, well, that's everything I need to know to start on Amazon. I'm like, yeah, kind of. But the problem is I find that people that don't pay for things don't pay attention. So I've had a lot of people that watch the free Amazon FBA course, that watch all my free YouTube videos, and they never launch a product. And my opinion is because they're not committed. That's why I have this program, is so that you can actually commit and you can actually get like all the extra bonuses and all the extra help that I talk about here. But anyways, let me go back here. Let me show you these recipe cards. So if you type in recipe cards into Amazon, there is all these kind of like blank cards, which is cool. A lot of people want to buy those blank cards, and we've put in recipe cards into the magnet tool in Helium 10. Look at this. Almost 20,000 people per month are buying recipe cards. Now, I had a realization earlier, and that is, well, sure, a lot of people want to buy blank recipe cards, but I bet you some people out there want to buy recipe cards that are already pre-filled. So let me put this right here. Recipe cards. And what I would do is maybe the top 100 recipes of all time, top 100 recipe cards. And you could maybe even do and this would be very similar to AJ. So what AJ did, for those that don't know, Cocktail Cards was his product. And basically it's recipes. Oh, that's interesting. They don't show it anymore. Let me see. Continue reading. There we go. So basically this was his product, Cocktail Cards, and it would show how to make cocktails. It'd show on the front and on the back the instructions for making cocktails. Now, a lot of people drink cocktails, but way more people eat food. So I actually just realized this earlier today as I was preparing for this video, because let me show you the original idea that we had for recipe cards was something very different. But let me show you guys something really cool. So that's an idea right there. The top 100 recipes of all time. You can make an entire YouTube channel and a TikTok about cooking, and then create these recipe cards and then launch this. And look at, a lot of people are interested in making food. But if you want to even go more niche, we were doing some research. We were going through this tool here. Let's go back to like 150. And we filtered the results a little bit. And let's say the search volume, for this one, let's say a minimum of 150 searches a month. And let's just say a max of 1,000. I'll explain why we do that later. But let's look at some of the results here. And what I found was recipe cards Christmas. So 157 people per month are searching for recipe cards around Christmas. Now, if you did this idea of the top 100 recipes of all time, you could also create a Christmas edition or a Thanksgiving edition. You could create like an Italian edition, an Asian edition. I need to stop giving away all my ideas. But the reason I give away all my ideas is because I want to partner with people like AJ. Like I could have launched cocktail cards on my own. It was an idea that I found using this Helium 10, but I knew by partnering with someone else, it was going to be much more powerful. And I knew that I was going to be able to help someone to change their life and make a 6-figure business. And this is again, AJ's business. So with that being said, if you want to partner with me on the top 100 recipe cards, guys, join. And you don't have to partner with me. Maybe you want to keep all the money for yourself. You can join the program, learn all my secrets, launch the business. Just promise me that if you're going to steal any of these ideas and you're going to launch them and create a 6-figure business, promise me that you'll send me an email and say thank you, and that you'll come on this YouTube channel and share your story, because this is huge opportunity, guys. Actually, before we get into the next one, this black box tool. And by the way, if you have no idea of what you want to sell, this black box tool is an amazing tool. Let me just show you a little preview before I tell you what I was going to share. So black box, if you click up here, what you can do is you can give this tool data on basically what kind of a product you want to sell. You can say, I want to sell a product that's going to go for between $15 and $85. And I want to make sure that the competing products have a max rating of around 4. And you know what? I don't want to sell a product that there's competing products that have reviews over they have more than 200 reviews. You can put in all this different data. I'm going to show you exactly what I put into this in just a minute. But before I do that, guys, let me just share some other cool stats that I was reading about earlier this morning. And this is a really cool, so let me see. Okay, wait. Well, here's one thing. Amazon, by the way, we talked about, I showed you this graph earlier of how much money is being made in the United States from e-commerce. And Amazon, about 40% of all the sales that happen online happen on Amazon. This is why I always talk about you should be selling on Amazon. It's almost 50%, really. But who's doing math here? So let me show you some other numbers here. Let me just clean up some of this stuff. Oh man, it didn't show up. Actually, I had a bunch of other cool stats. Oh wait, is this it? Yes, these are the stats I was looking for. So this is Amazon's annual revenue. So last year, that's why I think the numbers are off. I think it's actually closer to 50%. Last year, Amazon did $470 billion in revenue, and that's about half of all the revenue. $470 billion. And something to keep in mind is 2/3 of all the sales that happen on Amazon are from third-party sellers. That's people like you and me selling on Amazon. This is why I teach to sell on Amazon. This is why I don't say, you can have your own Shopify website. AJ has his own Shopify website. I think he did close to $100,000 in sales on his own website, but he did $300,000 on Amazon. So it's, quite a big difference. Some other things to keep in mind is 66% of all consumers start their search on Amazon when they're looking to buy a product. So again, if you're looking to sell products online, if you're looking to make money online, selling on Amazon makes a lot of sense because that's where people are going to buy for things. A bunch of other cool stats here. We can go over all this other stuff later. So this is the number of Amazon Prime users there are, and you can see it's going to continue to grow. This is how many people pay Amazon to be able to sell on Amazon's platform. And we have 2022, there's 157 million Prime customers. In 2023, that number is going to go up to 160 million people. That's 160 million people that pay Amazon every single year to be able to sell on their platform. So guys, this is why I talk so much about selling on Amazon. Let's keep going here. And I do know that there is a lot of questions, and I'm going to get there. Again, we got 83 people watching. If you haven't yet hit that like button, make sure to do that. I see Cocktail Cards is here. AJ is the man. I've been sharing your numbers, AJ. Hopefully that's okay. Super impressive. So let's keep going here and let's talk about Black Box. And so the way it works, just to mention, you put in all this criteria. Now, what I recommend doing, by default, it'll show you products to sell on Amazon. But if we click on keywords instead, it'll show you, we got to redo some of this stuff. Let's go into, so let's go into the price, $15 to $85. Let's say the monthly revenue, $1 to $80,000. Search volume, let's say minimum of 1,000 all the way up to 10,000, just for, review rating, max of 4, and then word count, let's say 2 to 4. And the review count, a max of 200. So basically what we're doing is we're finding keywords that are being searched 1,000 to 10,000 times per month that are resulting in somewhere between $1. Well, let's actually put this at 3,000. They're resulting in somewhere between $3,000 to $80,000 in revenue, and that product could sell for around $15 to $85. And the reason we do that is we don't want to sell a product that's cost less than $15. And if we sell a product that costs over $85, then it's very hard to sell that kind of a product on Amazon because it takes a lot of research. It basically takes a lot of sales because you want to sell a product that's somewhat of an impulse buy that people aren't going to be scared of. If you're selling a $200 product on Amazon, people are going to do a lot of research. You need to have a bunch of marketing. You need to have a lot more. It's a lot more of a long sales process. We also want to make sure that the competing products don't have more than 200 reviews, and that ideally that the rating is 4 or lower. Now, word count, let me show you what word count is. Word count is basically how many words are in the search term. So this would be 2. I can't spell Christmas. This would be 3 words, and the more words that are in the search, in the search, that basically the more niche the product is. For instance, if someone's just typing in tea, that's very competitive. Now, if someone's typing in black tea, that's still really competitive, but it's not as competitive as tea is. But if someone's typing in high caffeine tea, it's messed up my search. That's 3 words, high caffeine tea. That starts to be a lot more niche down, and it's going to be a lot less competitive. So I like to aim somewhere between 2 and 4. We could go all the way up to 5. The problem is the longer the search phrases, the more words that are in there, the less people that are probably actually typing that in. So let's actually stick with 4. All right. So, and the one last thing that we should talk about here is we want to select what categories we want to show the search results for. So let me share with you some of my favorite categories to sell in. And again, we talked about this when we talked about the best sellers. Amazon has lots of different categories that you can sell in, basically just like what type of products you're going to be selling. And for instance, I don't want to sell, well, you could sell in automotive, but I don't want to sell some appliances. I don't want to sell in books for sure. Beauty and personal care, baby, those are some of my favorite ones. Let's see what else we have. Grocery and gourmet, health and household, home and kitchen. I mean, even kitchen, we could keep going. These are pet supplies. Ooh, I like pets. Pet supplies is a big one. Tools and home improvement sometimes, but let's just start with those. By the way, I haven't even, you know what? I was going to tell you guys about this and I completely forgot. I actually have an entire checklist that I use when doing product research. So let me just pull that up. Product research, check. So this is my entire Amazon product research checklist. And this is something that I give away for everyone that joins. Actually, I think even if you join the free Amazon FBA program, I believe I give this away. So let me just show you. This is some of the top things that I look for. And I go through anytime I find a product. So for all these ideas, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through. So let's look at vegan jerky. And I'm going to go through this checklist and see, does it hit all different points? So the first point, is it a unique product? Yes. There's no product that I thought was good out there. Is it better than the competition? Yes. Is it brandable? Yeah, it's super brandable. Does it have potential to go viral? Yes, a vegan jerky absolutely could go viral. It could be something that's all over TikTok and Instagram and the YouTubes, the internets. Is it easy to ship? Super easy to ship, super lightweight. Is it a premium product? Yeah. I mean, people that are vegan are more likely to spend a lot of money on products from what I've seen. Vegan people tend to actually have more money. That sounds rude, and I don't mean that rude, but it's just, I think for you to be able to have preferences on your diet, you kind of need to, like, especially that kind of restrictive of a diet. I mean, vegetarian's different. just the socioeconomics around the vegan demographic is just they have more money, so they're willing to spend money. Is there reorder potential? 100% yes, because they're going to eat the food, they're going to eat the vegan jerky, and they're going to want to buy it again and again. Are influencers likely to promote it? Yeah, there's a lot of vegan influencers out there. Is it profitable? Well, we need to make sure that it will be profitable. Easy to manufacture? I think so. I haven't done the research yet. I mean, there's all this other stuff. We can go over the rest of it later, but I do want to share with you that. Let's keep going. So where did I leave off? Yeah, I was going to use black box here. So let's go ahead and let's search. Let's look at some of these things. So I don't know what a Seraphim wig is. Rolling wax kit. I have no idea what a rolling wax kit is. So every time I see something here, what I do is I go to Amazon and I type up rolling wax kit. So roll on wax. Oh, it's probably for like waxing. I mean, I don't know enough about this demographic to know if this is a good product. So keto gummies. That's an interesting idea. So sometimes I see in black box certain search results and it just leads down a path of other ideas. So let's go keto gummies. All right. So there's quite a few. Wow. Quite a few keto gummies. But is this, if I type in keto gummies, I'm not looking for apple cider vinegar gummies. I think, so wait, is that the search? That's interesting. So this is lotion. This is more what I was thinking, or like Kiss My Keto candy gummy. All right, so that product already exists. Maybe not the best idea. I mean, just because it's already there. Tofu litter? I don't know you get some weird product ideas here. Tofu litter. Tofu cat litter. I'm sorry, but this sounds disgusting. Hey, but maybe there's a market here. See, this is not, I would need to know more about this. So the next thing that we can do, let's go over to the tools and let's open up the magnet tool. Let's see how many people are typing in. Oh, actually, I think we could do it there. Let's go back. We got to see how many people are typing in tofu litter. Oh, we might have lost it. Okay, so the next thing that we would do is we would see how many people per month are typing in tofu litter. So let me show you guys, though. I promised, I keep hinting at this new method. Let me show you guys this new method. I'm actually super excited about it. And this is part of the way that I was able to find the new product that I'll be launching very, very soon. Well, I'll be starting to work on very soon. I haven't even started working on it. So this is where we start to combine some of the different ideas that we've been talking about. And you know what? Before I do that, let me take a break. Well, not take a break. Let me answer some questions on the live streaming and just see if there's anyone out there. By the way, we got over 100 people that are watching right now. That's amazing. That's super cool. And if you haven't yet, make sure to hit that like button. So let me see. What are some of the? There's a scammer, by the way, in the chat. Let me just remove him, saying, "What's at me?" That's not me. I can't believe the guy says that. That's obviously not me. Let me report that person. So let me keep going. Guys, if you have any questions now, leave them in. I'll go back later once we're done going through and I show you this new method and I'll answer some of the things. AJ said, "Hey, Travis." Hey, AJ. I don't know if you're still on, but thanks for coming. All right, so there seemed like there was a lot of different questions, but let me show you guys this new method for selling on Amazon. Let me drink a little bit of water. Or new method, I should say, for finding a product to sell on Amazon. So let's go back down to that grocery and gourmet. And let's go into beverages. Let's go to tea. Now, one of the things, actually, before we go any further, this is another idea. Oh my God, this is amazing. So when I see that one of the best-selling products in the entire tea category is pure peppermint herbal tea bags. Let's go to Amazon. Let's type that in. Amazon.com, peppermint tea. So when I type in peppermint tea, these search results are terrible. I mean, this one at least says peppermint tea bags really big, But for the most part, I mean, I barely can even read that this says peppermint tea, pure peppermint. I can't read, it's super small. This one at least says peppermint, kind of big. None of these seem amazing to me. None of these, like this is the most premium one, or maybe, I don't know, maybe, yeah, this one's the most premium one. My question is, could we make something that looks just way more premium? Sell it for $15, sell it for double the price. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably asking, well, who's going to buy a $15 bag of tea when you can get it for $7? Well, it's going to be people that want the best quality tea. And this is a very important principle. And that's to remember that there's always someone that wants the best thing. They're willing to pay an extra $10 for the best thing. And when you do the math, let's say we created a 50 count bag for instead of $6.99, let's say it was $15.99. So that's an extra $10. That comes out to, what is that? Like 20 cents a tea bag. So my question to you is, would you pay an extra 20 cents to have an elevated experience? So I'm going to put this down as another idea here. Premium peppermint tea. So, all right, well, right there, you know, we got some interesting ideas. But as we're going through here, we can see all these different ideas. This is a green tea, unsweetened, jade leaf. And what we can do is we can use this tool. So let's take this product actually as an example. So before we go any further, let me just see how much in revenue this product is making. And so wait a minute. Some of these are making, these make hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. I think it's like making like 700. It's insane. These are insane numbers. Yeah. Okay. So one of the ways that you can do this is, let's take this product, and if you go up here, this number right here is called the ASIN. I think it's also ASIN. Yeah, it shows the ASIN number. I think you can scroll down and see it. Yeah, here's the ASIN number. The ASIN number stands for, I think it's Amazon Standard Identification Number. And it basically, every single product on Amazon gets their own unique ASIN number. And why this is important is we're going to use this number. We're going to go in and we're going to use our last tool in Helium 10 called Cerebro. And this is a reverse product lookup tool. So let's type in here the ASIN, and we're going to get the keywords. We're basically going to figure out what are people searching for in Amazon in order to buy this product. I'm assuming they're searching for peppermint tea, but maybe there's other things they're searching for. So let's get an idea of what they're actually searching for here. All right, so we're gonna order this by the Cerebro IQ score, and this is again basically how good of an opportunity Amazon thinks that this is. And so all these things right here, these are just ASINs. We got to ignore that. I wonder if there's a way to, there's probably a way to remove that. I don't know. I don't know how to remove that off the top of my head right now. So boba tea kit. That's interesting. I bet you, well, let's see what it looks like. It might not be, there already might be a bunch of competition. All right. There's already a bunch of competition here. I'm not going to mess with that. Let's keep going. So let's do a little bit of search volume minimum. Let's say 100. Let's say a word count minimum of 3. Let's go 2 actually. And then organic rank, title density. Let's just apply these filters for now. The Jasmine Sneeze. I'm not sure what that means, but we're going to find out together. Maybe it's a book? The Jasmine Throne. All right. Yeah, these are a lot of books. I wonder if we can figure out different categories. No. I don't think so. Butterfly pea flower tea. All right, wow. Okay, butterfly pea flower tea. This is actually good packaging. Honestly, I was ready to like demolish this. I think this is super solid. See, okay, look at this. look how high quality this is compared to all the other ones. And I think it could even be better. I think I could do a better job if I made maybe even the words butterfly PT even bigger, but it looks premium. It looks nice. Compare that with what I was telling you about earlier. So I came to Amazon, I was typing in lemongrass tea bags, and I looked at all these results and I'm like, these all suck. That one's kind of decent almost, but it's also not tea bags. It's just like, I mean, at least it looks a little bit more premium. But here's the big thing. When people search, they don't want to have to think. They don't want to have to figure out what's the best product here. So that's why I recommend having in big letters what your product is and making it very obvious and very clear what your product is. Now, one question I get a lot is, and I talk a lot about creating a unique product, a passion product. And people get confused, like what's the difference between private label and a passion product? So let me explain that really quickly here. A passion product, first off, the more unique a product is and the better your product is than the competition, that's where it's a passion product. And a typical private label product, what you can do, and this works, what people do is they go to Amazon and they would just type in lemongrass tea. They'd buy whatever generic junky product and slap their brand on it and sell it on Amazon. I don't know why I need to say I'm over 18, but that's funny. I mean, I don't think Alibaba even, well, they might have some lemongrass. There we go, maybe. Yeah. So they just get a generic product and they sell it on Amazon. Now that can work, especially if you follow my method of creating really high quality branding. Now the second part of it and why I call it a passion product is I recommend selling a product that you're actually passionate about, something that you would actually buy yourself. And when you do that, you can create a lot of content around it. This is what AJ did. He created an entire TikTok. Let me see if I can pull that up. Cocktail cards TikTok. He created an entire TikTok around it. And that's one of the reasons why he's had so much success. He's gotten over 300,000 followers, over 3 million likes, and his videos get thousands, and this one got 163,000 views. That's amazing. And so when you're selling a product that's actually unique, that's actually better than the competition, something that you're actually passionate about, you're going to have way, way more success. Now, am I passionate about lemongrass tea? Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I'm passionate because it's something that I would actually buy myself. And because I would buy it myself, I know what someone that's looking to buy lemongrass tea is looking for. I actually purchased I purchased this product here. And look, you can even see the quality is terrible. So what I'm going to do, I'm planning on launching this product. What I'm going to do is create a premium tea bag. I'm going to find someone that actually already has a premium tea bag, and I'm going to buy the best lemongrass tea, like organic, all that kind of stuff that I can find. I don't even know if this stuff is organic. That's interesting. So that's another thing that can make mine better. It's actually kind of expensive to get the organic. I'm going to buy organic lemongrass, but I think to claim that it's organic, it's like a whole process. So I'll do that. But the whole point that I'm trying to get across here is that I'm going to make the best product that I possibly can because I understand what the customer wants, because I am the customer. Now, on top of that, I'm planning on doing this with a bunch of other teas as well. Like, let's look at rooibos tea. That's another type of tea that I like to drink. And this is okay. Like, at least this one says rooibos in big letters. So funny enough, when you come here and you're looking at a rooibos tea, to me, the obvious answer is this one, but I think we could do even better than this. But that's a conversation for another video. So what I recommend doing as far as finding products to sell on Amazon is you can go into this best sellers list here, and you can find what are all the best products and figure out. So let's do another one. Let's go into grocery and gourmet. Again. And the reason I like grocery and gourmet, you don't have to do grocery and gourmet. The reason I like it is because people, they buy things, they consume them, and they have to buy them again. So let's actually just go back into let's see. Let's just go right here. Let's see what we have. So these are all the best-selling products in this category. I want to see if there's anything interesting. It's chai loose leaf tea. Let's go here. Basically, you want to figure out why people are buying products that's maybe a little bit not exactly what you thought. So with that being said, I'll do a separate video, guys, if you want. In fact, hit the like button. We got 92 people watching and only 55 likes. Hit the like button if you haven't already. If you want me to do like an in-depth video talking about this new method for finding products to sell on Amazon, and I will. But the basic thing is you use this tool called Cerebro, and it's a super powerful tool to reverse engineer what people are searching for in Amazon to find products. So this is another reason why I recommend selling on Amazon, and I'll talk about with Amazon. Amazon already has 160 million Prime customers, so they already have people going to Amazon searching and buying things all the time. Versus if you create your own website, nobody's going to your website. You have to convince them to go to your website. On top of that, with Amazon, people trust Amazon. They know that it's legit. They know that if they put in their credit card, they're not going to get scammed. With your website, you got to convince people that it's legit. And the average conversion rate on Amazon is, I think, like 10%. So meaning for every 100 visitors that go to Amazon, 10 of them actually make a purchase, versus if a normal website is like 1%. So if you want to make a lot of money, I'd say do Amazon and create your own website. Do both. But more people are going to Amazon. 66% of people go to Amazon to start searching for a product. So I think that it's a pretty big opportunity to be selling on Amazon, and pretty cool. So Ethan said, say niche properly, you donut. No, I'm going to say niche. So properly is a weird term to use. And anyone that calls someone a donut is probably not someone that I really respect. So, or someone that'd be mean to someone like that. There's not actually, you can look it up. The correct way, there's not a correct way. It's like saying, what's the correct way to say, I don't know, any kind of word. There's different dialects and stuff. Do I need a seller permit? So next question, can you share your email? Travis@effectiveecommerce.com. Don't spam me. So Marta says, considering joining your program, would you recommend it for people living in the EU, or is it focused only on the US market? About half the people that join my Amazon program are international. It's not focused just on the US. It's for anybody living just about anywhere in the world. So yeah, you can absolutely join it, Marta. Let me know, Marta, if you're still on. I'm kind of going back, and maybe you know what I'm going to do? Since I don't know who's still on, I'm going to go in reverse order, meaning I'm going to actually answer the questions that were asked more recently. How to promote affiliate link. Triggered Shorts asked that. That's not what I do here. I'm all about the Amazon FBA. So Adam Loves Random said, should you go all out on PPC for the first month of your product? I think it depends on a number of different things. What are your goals? And all out, I honestly think that PPC should always be at least break even. You maybe lose a little bit money at first, but I wouldn't like try to lose money at first. So I don't know if that means going all out. Owen said, hi Travis, I just started my Amazon FBA because of your videos. Woo! Dude, that's amazing. Owen, send me an email, travis@effectiveecommerce.com. Let's get you on this YouTube channel. Let's talk about your honest results, share some stuff. It's free marketing for you. Everybody watching this YouTube right now, actually, if you want to come on my YouTube channel, if you're selling on Amazon, if I've helped you to launch your Amazon business and you're selling a passion product, ideally, let's have you on the YouTube channel. We can share your product with the world. It's free marketing for you. So let's see. My question is, do I need to do a live call with Amazon in order to start selling? It depends. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes they get verified for a Seller Central account. Yes, you do, but not always. All right, guys. Again, if you've already asked a question, repost it so I can make sure I get to it. Tiana said, I've emailed you. Check it out. Cool. Tiana, I'm very busy. I get like hundreds of emails, so it's going to be a little bit before I check it. But if you have a question right now, Tiana, feel free to do that. Tiana said, I have a few project ideas. How do I go about picking one to start? So that's one of the, let me see if I can give you a short answer, but that's one of the things that I get asked all the time in my program. And I did, so let me see if I can, what would it be under? So this is what the program looks like once you guys join, and you'd go to open course, and you get all these different lessons, and these are all the different modules. But let me show you one thing in particular that's super valuable, and that's the frequently asked questions. So in the program, I actually have a table of contents of all the most frequently asked questions. And like, look at this. This is freaking hundreds of frequently asked questions. Yeah. Wow. I can't believe I have to have so many. Do I have it? Let's see. So, well, I'm getting off track here, but one of the things I recommend to students, and I'll make this easier for you. So it's somewhere in the frequently asked questions. I'll look at that later, but let's go back to the passion product formula. So I have an entire module called Validate Your Idea, where you go through and you basically, you can estimate your sales, and you can, let me see where it is, product idea validation. So I'll show you this. Give you a little free sneak preview of what it looks like. But here's a lesson. It's like a 17-minute video talking about that. So I don't want to, give you a short answer when it's probably something a little bit more detailed. Let me see, where's the scorecard? Here we go. Rate your idea. Yeah, so actually it's a 20-minute video where I talk about this scorecard. So what I have is I have a scorecard where I take a bunch of the different features from that checklist that I talked about earlier, this checklist, and I rank them and I rate them. So what I would do if you have multiple different Amazon product ideas is give all of them this rating. And what it does, this program actually spits out the total adjusted score, and it gives it a score. And then whatever one has the highest score, I would go with that. Amazon closes, abandons plans for dozens of US warehouses. I don't know. Yeah, tell me more about that. I'm not too sure. Emmanuel says, thank you for all the content. You're the man. I appreciate that. Do you have a tutorial on how to create the best product alternative to Alibaba China? Yeah, I've got tutorials. Just search my YouTube channel. Marta, also, if you join the program, I got a lot of stuff about that. I mean, some of the different ones, thomasnet.com. Can your course work for me if I want to sell in the UAE? Yes, it can. It's not hard to sell from the UAE. You can do it. So another thing, Raj says it would be great to know more about finding actual suppliers that meet our packaging standards with the quality of the products, example like teas. Yeah, I'll do a future series about that. That's a great idea. So actually, let me do something different. Guys, I got to go, and I want to let you know that, as I mentioned, don't forget, there's a link down below in the description. You can sign up for the Passion Product Formula, or you can get on the wait list for the next time that I open it up. And yeah, it's a huge opportunity. I think that make the commitment. This is the big thing I would recommend is if you're on the fence about selling on Amazon, make the commitment to yourself to actually take the plunge. Because what I find is that people that commit, they have the highest chance of actually having success. I'm here for you. My entire team's here for you. We got coaches that are here for you. This is a great opportunity, guys. So again, click the link in the description down below. Thanks for watching. If you want me to do more lives, leave a comment and let me know that you enjoyed this. Bye, everybody.